Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about something that I feel like there's. Okay, so the way I'm seeing it in my mind is like, I don't know, a festival like Coachella. There's the main stage and then there's other stages. Keep in mind, I've never been there, okay? But like there is something where everybody's looking this direction. And you feel because there's no additional conversation or because there's no additional interaction, that maybe this is just kind of, not going anywhere. But then all of a sudden, in comes the cavalry, right? Like any of those super exciting battle scenes where, oh gosh, we're going to get defeated. We're like super like outnumbered. And then miraculously, the like other half of their troops show up, right? This is somebody who's like, yeah, I'm going to let you think that things are not going the way that you want them to, but I'm just coordinating. I'm trying to get things in order and then I'm going to figure it out. So we do have some action that's about to happen. And I think we have people that assumed that maybe it's just not going to. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Wind Chan Ten. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you have some nice weather. Hello, Jess. How's it going? If you would like a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box below. And you can also get a monthly reading for me if you want to join the memberships at the top tier, but there are 2 others as well. If you just want like more shorts or more live streams. I think we're going to start with the what's the news and see what else we've got for you. I'm glad to hear it, Jess. What else do we have? Memories and ghost. Missing someone, regression, revisiting the past, no closure, cowardice, and disappearing act. I'm really drawn to the word cowardice. It'd be pretty easy to assume that we're talking about a person that ghosted you. Maybe they're making plans and they're going to come back around. But for whatever reason, it's the cowardice that's really sticking out to me. So there could be some hesitations around doing something or talking to somebody because, what if things don't go the way I want them to? But we do definitely have somebody thinking about the past. Quick getaway, the runner, escaping, and paranoid. I think we have a runaway situation, somebody who's fleeing. Kind of feels like we've got an energy that really likes to make sure people respect them, backing down. What I'm seeing in my mind is like a schoolyard fight where like the little kid actually wins, right? Because sometimes it's really just bark. You got any bite or is it just the bark? This is the Tattoo Tarot. So we have insecurity and cowardice leading to a person running away, escaping. Ten of Swords, Empress in the reverse. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Honestly, kind of comes through as I'm really worried. I don't know how things are going to go. I feel like I'm going to, get in trouble or I'm going to lose what I want. So I should probably just run away now. But this is somebody who's ruined their own prospects. Somebody who's pooed in their own punch bowl. Emperor in the reverse, Empress in the reverse. Very toxic, manipulative energy. look at what I've achieved, but it's really not anything. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm going to try real hard not to be all judgy, but this person is not my favorite. Hello, Apollo. How are you doing? Hello, Stock. Interesting. Thank you for adding that to the conversation. I'm going to keep my eye on you because that's not what we're talking about. Aww. We've got the Hanged Man, the Two of Cups, Devil in the reverse. This feels like a plot to like capture someone. I don't know. Do we have any like major criminals on the run? Like what I just saw was a Bronco. So it's like there's a chase. And we've got an agreement, people who are working together to deal with this Hanged Man situation. Realizing perhaps that someone cannot be trusted, or realizing that somebody has left the building. We've got Seven of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Naivete. Someone who's like a novice. They've been trying to invest or pursue certain things without really reading the fine print or without really understanding what they were agreeing to. And they made a bad deal. This is like, you probably should not be working with that person. You should probably not like borrow money from a loan shark. You know what I mean? I knew this was probably a bad idea, but I did it anyways because all I could think about was the impact it could have, right? I hope that everything goes well. Why do I feel like money is exchanging hands here? So this is why we have this like antsy, restless feeling. Why aren't you doing anything? Why haven't you fixed this? Why haven't you changed this? This feels like a business partnership or family. I think it kind of feels like an intervention, to be honest. We noticed that there are some things that are a little bit strange, so we wanted to talk to you about it. Here are the inconsistencies, or here are the problems that we've seen. It could be more business than family, but this feels to me like we know that this person's causing this problem, and we're waiting until we have enough information or waiting for the right moment, and then we're going to talk to them about it. But we have somebody who does not want to have this conversation. Don't ask me those questions. Don't talk to me about that thing. I just want to pretend that everything is fine, but it's not. There are rumors involved here. And I do feel like there's some grain of truth. But because we had the Emperor and the Empress in the reverse, and now we have the leadership card, it feels to me like we have somebody who is actually quite insecure, but they like to present themselves as, you know, I did this, or I achieved that, or I created this. But there's big change coming with this movement card that I think is going to kind of surprise the Emperor in the reverse. creates soul and breakthrough. So there's a lot of expression coming through, a sense of, I can't just ignore this because you want me to. We were looking at the past, right? Revisiting the past. I feel like we have somebody that gets information that is really important, depending on whatever change they're looking to create or whatever they're looking to try to address. They found it's like the key they've been looking for. This is the Wild Reflections. Hey, Steven, how are you doing? What is the new Dr. Pepper? I think there's like a Jurassic Park one, right? Oh, I don't understand that, but hello, Collective Soul. King of Wands, King of Swords in the reverse and the Star. This feels like justice. We could have somebody being apprehended for a crime that was committed long ago. They felt like they had gotten away with it, and now they're not. This would probably be somebody who was respected in some way. Empress in the upright. Page of Swords. Yeah, so there's dishonesty and perhaps even like betrayal. Somebody wanted to leverage this or profit off of it or work with it, maybe even make it worse. But it's not going to work. Whatever their plan was. With the Ten of Swords, this is like, crap, I guess I ruined my own plan, right? Oh, I've definitely tried the blackberry. It's tasty. A little too sweet, but that's okay. Still good. Information is exchanging hands. And I feel like this leads to kind of confirm whatever the King of Swords in the reverse has been paranoid about. King of Swords in the reverse would be the Emperor. Yeah, I think we have two people or two, it could even be like two counties working together to solve a crime. Two of Cups, Queen of Cups in the reverse, the Lovers. Now, I know a lot of people would look at this and see a relationship, like maybe even an emotionally manipulative relationship, soulmate type thing. But what I see is two people working together with a common goal. And it's primarily because of these hands shaking, right? But this is like, no, we both want the same thing. So let's share. Chariot in the reverse. But things haven't started yet. It's like, if you're planning a major party, I used to love to throw Halloween parties. I might again someday, but I used to love to throw them. And I remember there was always just this like, almost like a Gantt chart, right? Like a little flow chart. Like, what do I need to do to be ready by this time? And, clean this and set everything else up. And there's that like, a couple hours before people start showing up where you walk around and you're like, this looks pretty dang good. Oh, I scared myself. I feel like there's somebody here who it's like they're doing that final walkthrough. Like, I've worked to set this up. I've worked to get the right information, partnered with somebody else. And now we're about to like let loose all of this conversation, announcement. If this is an intervention, it's, go time. Let's go talk to the person. This is kind of feeling more like an announcement. I don't know of any like manhunts going on right now, but that could be what this is about, because we've got somebody who is kind of like getting taken in or charged, and everybody finds out about it. Ten of Swords again, and the Emperor. So we had the Emperor and the Empress come out in the reverse side by side from the first tarot deck. And now we have the Empress here and the Emperor here. It's like they're kitty corner from each other. Oops, sorry, I forgot to turn that off. Sorry. Yes, confirmation. Why do I feel like we've got somebody who, with regards to the King of Swords in the reverse, it's like there's this overconfidence paired with insecurity. It's wild. Like, depending on the moment when you talk to this person, they are like absolutely fine. Everything's great. And then the next moment it's like, bah! Like, there's unpredictability in this person's temperament. Maybe some immaturity with the Page of Cups. But I feel like it could even be like an undercover situation, or people who are not generally taken seriously are collecting information, building a case. But we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. There's a doubt. I need to make sure that I have all my ducks in a row. I need to make sure everything is fine. I think we've got a little bit of anxiety or stress because this is something that has taken a lot of effort or a lot of time. And obviously you don't want to like ruin that right before you're about to take it over the finish line, right? I hope you sleep well. Love, adore, admire, enchantment, writing, diary, keeping notes, retaliation, punish, payback, revenge. Why do I feel like there's a spell? Maybe it's just manipulation, disregard for authenticity. I'm just going to tell you what I think you want to hear. I don't get very good vibes off of this love card. And it's next to journal. So it's like I expect you to only say nice things to me. And if you're going to say something to me or maybe even about me that is less than flattering, now all of a sudden, like, we're enemies. It's a very volatile mood. Very self-absorbed. We have crickets, silence, non-action. See, this is what people are wondering. Like, why is there nothing happening? Why haven't you, arrested this person? Why haven't you finalized this deal or fired this person? They're about to. Things are about to get, like, kind of crazy. You're funny, Jess. Yeah. So I guess this is like the popcorn break. This is the intermission, and things are about to heat up. This bounty hunter is right underneath the breakthrough card, right underneath the excitement, movement, zest. There's an offer or a proposal. I don't feel this is romantic. I feel like this is the handshake. Yeah, this is like, we know what we need to address here, and let's pretend this is about your boss being a horrible boss, right? Maybe it's not easy to fire the person who's your boss in your state because of the laws that protect people. So HR or your boss's boss have had to, like, really, dot all the I's, cross all the T's, make sure everything is above board before they could go in and say, hey, you know what? You suck as boss, so we're gonna fire you. There's this expectation that things are going to happen, but it hasn't started happening yet. So it's like, I got all dressed up for this. Like, what's gonna happen? This is the Pause Tarot. What else do we have? Hey, Butitata. Hey, Key Controller. The Fool and the Page of Swords in the reverse. So what I just saw in my mind was that scene with Tom Cruise in Vanilla Sky where he's driving around in that super sexy car in New York City and there's like no other people. Where did everybody go? If you know what that reference is, I'm impressed with you. We've got somebody who feels like it's just another day. Everything's fine. I'm going to go about my business. Keeping in mind, they are still paranoid, but I told you their mood goes back and forth all the time, right? So this is like top of the morning to you. Haven't had a chance to get to be like an a-hole yet. And then they get some bad news. Page of Swords in the reverse and crash. So we might have a little bit of a temper tantrum happening. Nine of Cups in the reverse. You don't say. Not getting what you want. Being a little bit selfish. Yes, that sounds about right. Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is the womp womp card. So thinking about things that maybe I should have done or thinking about how things aren't going the way that I want them to, but also missing some details. Now, here's what is really beautiful about this. Okay, so we have somebody who's selfish. They're really just thinking about what they want. Gotta go to the gym today and take some good gym selfies and, whatever. They aren't thinking that there's anything happening that could potentially cause them problems because, again, mood swing, they're just in this like, everything is fine. That Two of Cups that's behind, I don't know, the plotting cat there is this Two of Cups. Possibly two counties working together to apprehend a criminal. Something along those lines. Two departments or two leaders pulling in another leader to talk about how maybe they can't work there anymore. There's something big that they don't expect to happen, and it's because the Two of Cups, whatever that represents, people working together, they have uncovered Magician in the reverse. You did something that wasn't fair. You did something that was manipulative. You, tried to alter commissions for your employee. You have some identity fraud issues in both states. So, you know what I mean? It's like we have to work together, combine the information that we have. And when we do, we know exactly what it was that you did. And we know that we can actually like get you to, I kind of want to say like pay for the situation, but we'll just go with we're going to prove what happened. Strength. Two of Cups. Page of Cups. Offer on the table. This offer is about information, right? Because it is clarifying the journal card. I'll show you mine. You show me yours. Data, that is. We're stronger together. So let me show you what I've got for the results, and then you can share me your results, right? Stronger together. Unless we're talking about a group project, obviously. Hey, Corey, how are you doing? Hey, Kat, how's it going? Hello, upper echelon. How's your day? Eight of Cups in the reverse. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Oh, you're about to have a real bad day. Yeah. Pretty bad. Pretty rough. It's really nice when you can like sleep at night because you don't have to worry about like lies or problems coming out. This is not something that the Queen of Wands, King of Swords in the reverse, the lying individual, they can't really do that because there are things that they're worried about, right? Justice, karma, they're usually good things, but not when you're worried about consequences. Knight of Wands in the reverse, fast-moving action that looks like a loss for this person who has been a bad boss. I went with that because it rhymes. Okay, you guys? Right? Loss and boss? Yeah. That's great. All right, this is the character oracle. It's true. They do. What else? Spy. Spying. Seeker of secrets. Intelligence agent. Covert. This is covert. Espionage. Undercover. Mother, selfless love, nurturer, source of life, maternal patience, and comforter. Reader, seeker of knowledge, knowledge pursuer, explorer of information. This could be a periodical or like a journalist, or even online website. Even just the idea that people want to know an update, right? Like we've been hearing about this. So like, tell me what's the latest. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. This mother card. I don't know if I want to say what I think it is, you guys. Young, vitality, innovation, potential, and growth. So I think we have curious individuals working together, possibly even, counties or states working together, or internet sleuths working together, right? They want the truth. So they find out the truth because they work together. This is a little uncomfortable though because, okay. So we got really intelligent people working together. Bearer of gifts, extraordinary intellect, innovative mind, exceptional ability, seeker of self-restraint, abstinence, purification, and discipline. I think we've got priorities clearly defined for whatever this Two of Cups is, right? Like I said, it could be people working together to solve a crime, could be people working together to fire a bad boss. But it's like, we're going to do this the right way. We're going to approach it strategically because we cannot afford to mess this up. Everything has to be like by the book. All right. This is the Tarot de la Nuit. Not too much, but this is a little bit of a weird one. Knight of Wands. We keep getting this fast-moving energy. We had the Knight of Wands at the very beginning. We had Knight of Wands in the reverse right here. I think we've got a speeding up, right? All of a sudden, it goes from nothing's happening. This person feels like there's no accountability or there's nothing that's going to change. And then, bam, now we've got problems. Now there's going to be some questions that make this person uncomfortable because they don't want to talk about what they did. They don't want to talk about what happened. Five of Wands, an argument over a decision. I feel this is more than two people. I don't think this is just like, marital discontent. This is, why would you do that? Very angry, very pointed. You ruined it for us, or you made this worse. You did that too soon. You risked, everything. This is like, we were doing really well not getting caught for robbing banks because we were very particular about the banks that we were going to go after. And here you are just like, all willy-nilly. Everybody knows that you have to be strategic when you're robbing. We've got the King of Cups and the Sun. This is about information coming to light that you cannot look at in a different way. It is glaringly obvious. This person stole this money, or this boss is bad for the bottom line. This is just clear. Can't do this. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Straight to jail. Two of Swords. Queen of Swords in the reverse. The Fool in the reverse. Ugh. So when I was younger, should I tell a story? Maybe this is a bad story to tell. When I was younger, I didn't like getting in trouble from my parents. My parents did a pretty good job disciplining me. I'm not going to say perfect because I'm still a little bit of trouble. But I will say that when I was younger, I was pretty quick to be like, no, of course I didn't do that. I didn't eat any ice cream. Nope, not at all. For breakfast? No, I would never do that. This is somebody who is asked a question. Did you take the cookie from the cookie jar? And the immediate response or the handling of the situation when it seems like it's escalating is awful. It's like, no, I definitely didn't. And then cookie falls out of your mouth. So that was a lie. Would you like to try it again? Should we talk about what truth looks like? Your secret is out. I already have the information. Here's you on video wearing Crocs. You did it. They can't hide this anymore. And I do feel like they took a major misstep. Like, how could you do that? How could you leave your driver's license behind? How could you use your debit card when you're on the run? These are things we were taught when we watched the Bronco. This person did something without thinking, and now, as a result, they're discovered. You cannot hide. You've been found, and now we know what you did. Yeah, the Hanged Man. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. It goes from bad to worse because of what they say, because of how they handle a situation. Hello, Co-Create. How are you doing? I like it. Hello, Rising Passion. How are you doing? Yeah, there's just some struggle here to admit that maybe it's like actually over. or that they cannot continue to avoid consequences. Hey, you had a nice long run there, but it's over. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Indeed. Just maybe a little bit hungry. I ate a cereal bar, but you know. Ah! Excuse me, I dropped my marbles. Okay. What else do we have? Good luck. Well, I like that. Why do I feel like this is somebody looking at the, was it King of Swords in the reverse? Like, oh, you think you're going to get away. Good luck. Oh, you think you can keep your job after, you know, having a negative impact on the workforce? No. But I also feel like this is about the Two of Cups. Whoever is doing the searching for information, luck is on their side. It's like, we want to make it so that this information falls right into your lap. And it's about mirror, reflection, and butterfly metamorphosis. Number 20 and number 22. Exposing duality. So if it's mirror or reflection, if this is like a crime that happened in multiple states and it's exactly the same, it's like, okay, well, then it was probably the same person, right? That's why I don't want to sound like I think I know what I'm talking about, because I don't really, but like, if you have the same modus operandi, or you have the same type of weapon, go for the same type of victim, whatever, then like you have a type, right? This is saying there are little markers, little signatures on this activity or on this crime across different state lines, and it makes it clear you did it all. You did it all. And it has to do with changing something. Could literally be about money, considering we have the coins coming out. So this could, like I said, be about stealing money. This is the cat meme major arcana. Cookies. You're funny. Magician in the reverse, Sun in the reverse. Not my goodies. You can't know the truth. I'm going to keep all the secrets to myself. I don't want anybody to figure out what's really going on, but they can't actually do that. This is, you know, nice job, I guess. Like, you kept something secret for a little bit, but now we know. I really do feel like state lines has something to do with it. Maybe it's country, but it's like, you did this in multiple places. We know it was you. Chariot. Now I think we have somebody who's running away. Hopefully literally on a skateboard, because I don't know about you, but like, that would be, I would watch that. Parkour. Fool in the reverse. These are all coming out in the reverse because somebody is delusional, perhaps, that they could escape the consequences of their actions, when there are literally people like pairing up, working together to address whatever they did. Oh, cool. I found this. So one of these cards fell off the back of the shelf and it just fell on to the bottom shelf, which I'm totally here for. Yeah, Delulu is a real thing. Goes around, everybody catches it. Yeah, so we're going to have resolution to whatever this is, you did the same thing. People can track it, trace it. Now they're going to have consequences. So we probably have somebody going to jail, but they're running away. So, Bronco. All right. I love you all. Thank you for liking and subscribing. And I hope to see you on my next reading. Toodles.